If you're looking for an amazing home in Richmond, Texas, you have got to see Ashton Woods right here in Austin Point. Absolutely beautiful home. We're going to take you through a tour of this beautiful plan here. I know you're going to love it. Stay tuned to the very end. So we're going to tell you about some incentives that they've got going on that you need to hear. Welcome to the Cypress plan. This is a 2,700 square foot home. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. This is the model home. So as I've always mentioned, you know, as you get into some of these different models, you're going to see a ton of upgrades here. But Ashton Woods is the builder here in Austin Point for this particular home, and you're going to see some really amazing things. Let me start off here. Let me just tell you, I really like the color of this door. I know you're going to say it's probably, hey, it's only the door, but I just really love how it contrasts with the white trim. And it may be a little bit hard to see, but this is almost like a green, like a forest green in here. So they do some really great job on their styling. I also like this plan here because you've got a great patio that you can sit out here, enjoy the area here. This particular area is, again, the model home park, but you can see you're going to have some homes right around it, which is really nice to see because it really creates that sense of community as you come in here. What I like about Austin Point as well as we go in is that this is one of those communities that they really do care about community. Their big focus is you're able to create that environment that people are going to want to live here and really get to know their neighbors. But let's talk about this house a little bit here. So as I mentioned, this is a model home. What Ashton Woods does really well is they showcase a lot of different things in different areas of the house. So you're going to see here where you've got the ceiling here, which is different wood planks that are put in here. But then you have this almost a faux brick veneer that welcomes you as you come in. Now they're going to show you a lot of stuff because they want you to see what they're able to do from the design center and from a lot of different areas that you can incorporate into your own house. Now this is a perfect example here. Obviously, as we know, the paints can always be replicated, easy to do here, but you just see what they've done on this side here. I love, again, how large these windows are. It's a perfect time of the day as well because you see all that natural light coming in. This is a great size bed. It's actually a queen size bed right there that fits in really well. This is the bathroom that's going to be associated with this room. And again, you can see how they went with a very different tile all the way around in the shower. So you've got the floor to ceiling tile there. And then of course the glass doors. And this is something you're going to see. Again, you got the quartz countertop right throughout, but you see how the different flooring goes in. Still works really well with all the coloring that they have in here. Just really beautiful how they set up. As I've always mentioned in some of these model homes, they have their professional designers who really come in here. They do an amazing job. I remember seeing this home when they were pulling out all of the different furniture items to do that, and did a great job. Here you do have a mudroom. This is one of those areas now, again, we just don't see as many mudrooms anymore. They're worth so much to just be able to put, again, sometimes it's a backpack, it's a briefcase, shoes, that's something there. Here is going to be obviously the laundry room. Now, of course, this is what I mean by upgrades. Take a look, of course, the sink is going to be an upgrade. Cabinets most likely are going to be an upgrade here. You're probably going to get a shelf, maybe with a hanging rack, but that's really going to be about it. Of course, the floating shelf right over here as well. But going back, I just talk about some of the things that they really show you, some of the different versatility that they do. A great example is here, the flooring, how they really got this installed, and it looks beautiful. So, great options that they spread out throughout the entire house. We're going to come in here, we're going to take a look at the living room and kitchen in a little bit, but I do want to show you all the office here. Really beautiful job they did in the office. When I first saw this before they had it decorated, I was kind of iffy on some of the colors. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the colors don't really mean much. You can do whatever color you want, but they did it beautifully again with the decor that they put in here. Now, again, I just love how they did this, this almost a desk setup here, almost a floating desk. So really great job in how they did that. Now, some of the different structural upgrades that are here is this is actually turned in. You see it's got the French doors around it, but this is open up in most homes. If you do want it set up as an office, that can easily be done at the time of building, or they may have selected that as an option when you went to go and sign the contract. Now we're going to get into the living room, and again, when I first saw this, I was really blown away by how beautiful they did the kitchen. When I looked at it, honestly, I feel like, and I told my wife, this looks like it's in a magazine. And I'm going to, we're going to go into a little bit more detail about that, but you can see going with very different colors than your typical colors. You got the dark espresso cabinets. You've got almost a grayish, in real person, it's almost got a little bit of a greenish hue to it as well in real life. But I just love how they really did this setup here. Of course, one thing you did not see was a coffee bar setup. Again, this is an upgrade. You do get a cabinet here, some cabinets there if you don't go with that, but you do get the floating shelf here as well. So really beautiful work here. Now they've got also the cafe built-in appliances here. You can see that they did a beautiful job on these. And they bring everything together. When you look at the hardware on these doors, goes perfect with those appliances. You've got the cafe cooktop. And again, just an amazing job that they did on this piece. I'm real estate consultant Norbert Rivera. We've helped hundreds of families find their dream home, and our goal is to help you find your dream home as well. There's so many choices out here in Fort Bend County, and we want to make sure you've got the right help that you need to find your perfect home. Stay tuned to the rest of this video, see about all the amazing things about this great house, and we're going to make sure you get all the information and your buyer's guide to Austin Point so you know which homes are best for you. I really love how they really brought everything in here. When you look at just the way it's styled, when you look at the countertop, when you look at the darker cabinets here on the bottom, and then of course the natural light all throughout here is just, this is the prime time to see it. Beautiful how they did everything. You even have the coffered ceiling or the tray ceiling right through here. So you get some of the different architecture points that they do here at Ashton Woods. Now we see the same thing here in the living room. As we see, you've got the upstairs off to your left, but then you're going to have some of the different architecture points here. This is about a 45-degree angle on the ceiling. Now these beams are, again, not going to be a standard feature there, but really beautiful how this set, it really just accents the whole house, brings in some of the different darker pieces in the beam to really blend well within your kitchen. That's why I say this is really one of those points. I really love how this looks, and as a whole in person it even has so much more of that same effect. We're going to go take a look at that master bedroom here. It's absolutely beautiful the way they've done, and the shower in the master is incredible. So come out, take a look at this, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about Austin Point. So now we're going to go and take a look at this master bedroom, and you see again some of the different things that they have incorporated into this master bedroom here. What I love about it is you get plenty of space throughout. Obviously you can see these are oversized nightstands on both sides with a king size bed, and you've got plenty of space here. Now some of the things, again, I think when you look at the wood paneling they did above all throughout here, not really my favorite. I really feel it makes this room look dark, but do not let this turn you off onto this builder, because that's not going to be there. That's going to be part of this particular model home. You still have the tray ceiling And of course, you know, you're going to have your own setup here the way that you like it. But something there to keep in mind, because I don't want you to walk away from this builder thinking that they don't have the right home for you when they've got some great options. Now, as we take a look into the master bathroom, again, so many great things I like about this as well. You can see they even did a lot of tile work in here. When you look at the different backsplash throughout here, each one has its own individual mirror. So you've got obviously double vanities right through here, a bathtub with the shower, and of course that same backsplash comes all the way throughout here. Now again, these are all going to be upgrades that you would have to go ahead and incorporate, so you don't necessarily get these standard. But again, we can take a look at the master closet they've got right through here. So, you know, great size in there as well. Easily could put some type of island in the center and have more storage here. Here we go back to the same countertop that you had in the kitchen, which is really beautiful because again, you're bringing in those features from the outside, inside. And I really like this floor. They went with the tile here. You've got the gray grout lines there, but the different direction of the tile really goes well. And it really blends in well with this floor. Obviously, all these designs here are going to make the house a little bit darker, but again, that's this particular model. I don't want you, as I mentioned earlier, to let this take away from some really great builders. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Ashton Woods here in Austin Point. So square footage wise, they start around 2,100 square feet, go up to around 2,900 square feet, just right under 3,000. So you get a lot of good space on this house. Pricing, they're also at 400,000 is where you start. But let me tell you something, right now, they've got a hot deal going on where you can get a house as low as 325. Now, that's not gonna be, obviously that's an inventory home. They're really trying to push that. So that's not an everyday deal, but they do have deals like that from time to time. And that's our goal, is to get that to you so you can make that right decision. And if you're looking for that great steal, let us know. We're gonna help you out with that. All right, so we just got upstairs, and as I do with every single video that has a two-story house, I always show you the view down from the upstairs, and this is an amazing one too. I know you're gonna love it. Now here's these beams as we saw them earlier. You got the sliding door, but then you've got the living room here, and you see how this just opens up really, really well to that kitchen. Again, just really beautiful in the design there. Again, you can make this really, really nice however you want to do it to fit your style. And let's take a look. So obviously you got the stairs, you got the wrought iron bars right through here. Again, you got to make sure you get this, and maybe not a pony wall. I always feel that the wrought iron looks better. But you walk up into this game room here. And again, because you only have two windows here, sunlight is not going to be the best on this. But you've got to take a look and decorate it with the right furniture in order to go ahead and have the right lighting in here to keep it bright. Now you see where they did this decorative wall here. Super easy to do. You could easily get something like this and just have it installed at your house. So again, easy, simple tips that you can do to make a room pop. And then again, you come out to these model homes. Take a look at some of the different styling that they do, because again, they got the professionals to do all of this. Now, a couple things to know about Austin Point. This is 4,700 acres of development. This is going to expand, you know, over 20 years to build everything else. So it's going to be a huge project, and it's going to be over 14,000 homes. So that's going to be a huge, huge undertaking by Signorelli, who's the developer, and all the different builders you have out here. You've got tons of builders that you can pick from different types of products, as small as like 35 feet frontage, all the way up to 70 foot. Now that's huge. Now they're making a change between phase 1 and phase 2. What I'm being told is they're no longer going to have the rear loading garages. That does not affect you here with Ashton Woods. Ashton Woods has your traditional garage in the front, so that's going to be something you need to know about. Now the other thing that I really like about Austin Point is, I told you 4,700 acres of land that they're using. which is absolutely true, but 1,000 acres of that is going to be dedicated to some type of green space all around. So really setting up for you to have playgrounds, areas to hang out. Around 1824, which is a coffee shop, which is in that direction, they've got a huge playground, one of the best I've seen in any of the developments. And it's a great spot for gathering. They even have a smaller amphitheater where during the grand opening they had a band coming out. It was really fun. So great spot to come out and bring the family. So many things happening here in Austin Point, and it's just the beginning. One thing you need to know, if you're looking to move into the area, say, look, we're going to be here for probably about 5 years. You really got to think, is this the right spot for you? Now, I'm just going to be very honest. If you have to sell this in about 5 years, 7 years, you are still going to be competing with the builder, and that may come back to hurt you. So if you're looking at a shorter timeline, this may not be the spot for you. But if you're here and saying, hey, we're going to be here for the next 15, 20 years, this is a great spot to be in. There's so many things happening out here, especially with the expansion of the 99 Tollway with also the Fort Bend Toll connecting right here in Austin Point. It's going to be a great spot, not to mention all the retail that's going to be coming out here with commercial space, with office buildings, restaurants, and shopping. So many things happening here in Richmond. You've got to take a look at more stuff that we're going to be bringing to you, more videos. All right, so this home here has 2 bedrooms upstairs. Remember, it's got 2 that were down, but you can see how this really plays out. Again, this is another queen size bed right here. More than enough space that you need here. This is almost bigger than my master bedroom at my house. So great use of space in this room here. As we come in here, we're going to take a look as well. You can see this is just this is a shared bathroom between these 2 bedrooms and of course the guests up here. You've got the quartz countertop right through here, but I love the flooring in here. Just something very different that they did. Looks really good here. So great selections that they did here in this model home. And we'll just take you into this very last bedroom here. Again, as you see, great use of space. Even have this where it opens up to the closet, so you got plenty of room here. Another queen size bed, so plenty of space that is usable for your kids. So there's so many great things happening here in Richmond. You've got to take a look at all of those. So you may ask yourself, what is there to do around here? What schools does it get zoned to? What are some of the different things that's happening in Austin Point that you can't get in other subdivisions? Well, we've created your Austin Point Buyer's Guide. Talks about all the different builders out there, talks about what's to be expected coming in. And of course, if you want to get more information, you just drop us a line and we're going to go get that information for you and send it to you directly. Because our goal is that you turn to us as your real estate resource for all things Fort Bend County. So we're here to help out. Let us know whatever questions you have. And if you want to see this beautiful home or any others of the amazing builders they have here, let us know. Everybody, thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next one.